Close your eyes. Just start settling down. We operate so much above the neck all day long. We're just thinking, we're talking, we're doing, we're deciding, we're not deciding, we're negotiating. And so let this be like a zipper that you're opening up, and now you reveal that actually you are one whole piece from your feet all the way to the top of your head. Let your focus right now be your breath. Can you cultivate a breath that is slow and deep? A breath that takes an inhale through your nose and then a steady paced, long exhale also out your nose. And think of this breath as being your life force. Your life force is not your phone or your connected device. Your life force is not even what you see or what you hear or what you can do with your hands or your legs. Your life force is this intentional, slow, steady breath. And I invite you to remember when you get overwhelmed, many things will change. This slow, steady breath is constant. See if you can lengthen your breath by just an extra second or so. And if you've sipped in all the air you can, take a pause at the top of that breath, and then like you were going to just tip a little ball to roll down a hill, let the exhale coast all the way down to the bottom of your breath. And then stay in this space with that tempo for a couple moments. If your mind is everywhere right now, add a mantra to the breath. As you inhale, I. As you exhale, am. As you inhale, just. As you exhale, be. Bring your hands to heart center. Drop your chin to your chest. Pull your shoulders down and sit well, sit proudly. Pull the length of your spine. Feel the intention of your fingertips pressing together. And I invite you to start your practice today by thinking honestly about all the things that are pulling at your attention and choosing one that is important to you right now where you can direct your focus for this moment, this season in your life, even if it's just for the next few days, even if it's for the next few hours. Choose one area, one person, one thing. Give that your full attention. Open your eyes, follow your fingertips as you reach your hands up towards the sky, keeping your hands together if you can, lifting your chin, reaching here, and then exhale, bring your hands slowly down and sweep behind your back. Bend your elbows, sit up tall, pressing your hands into the small of your back. And like you have wings here, just open up through your shoulders, drawing your elbows gently together. Release those hands. We'll do our shoulders here. Take them forward. Turn your palms forward when you get halfway. And then like you were going to come back here, getting ready for this type of exercise, take your hands slowly to the back of your head. Sitting up really well. Pull your abdominal muscles in to help you sit. Reach up and open here. As you get to this T level, turn your hands. So now palms are facing back. This is important. So those scarecrow arms, as you bend your elbows right here, you can feel then those muscles in your arms working, those tendons. So try to sit up really tall and bring them to the small of your back. And then take it back out. Turn your hands, belly in. Slow, strengthening our rotator cuff. Bring your hands to the back of your head. One more. Take it all the way out. Isn't it amazing when you go slow, how you have to really focus your effort? Turn your hands. Right, so we can kind of like hustle our way through a lot of things. But sometimes you need to just move a little bit more intentionally. Really good pace, Marco. Let's release our arms. Oh. Take your right hand to your left knee, take a twist. Take your left hand to your right knee, take a twist. And then keep your right leg in, take your left foot out. So right leg in, left foot out. This is for me like my tightest area of the legs. Let's start by going forward first. So I'm pushing my tailbone back and then walking hands forward. And I'm not straight ahead. I'm trying to get this left leg out to the side. We're always straight ahead, right? It's rare that we go open. Walk your hands forward here. If it's hard to reach the floor, you elevate the floor, use a block. Good. And take a look at your left foot and notice if you're collapsing your big toe down into the floor, right that foot. So take it right up. So toes are straight up, heel on the floor on your extended leg. Good. If you're able to take those toes and really be active in your foot, so the foot's not soft, but it's engaged, you'll feel this lengthening and tightening all through your quad and get a little bit more length through the back of your leg. Good. Breathe here. Good. Come back up to center. Swing that leg around and switch. Oh. Take your left leg in. Right leg out. And again, rather than being straight ahead, just think about trying to create a broader space. Right leg out to the right. Toes straight up on your right leg. Shoulders down and back. Walk yourself forward. And if you can put your hands on the floor or on the block, use that to push back. So I'm pushing back this way. Breathe here. Good. Walk your hands back up to center. All right, we're going to do that again. So switch legs, but this time turn towards the extended leg. So rather than going straight ahead, turn towards your extended leg. So in this case, to the left leg. And then like you're going to just lay the center of your chest right over your knee. You probably won't, but that's your energy is leaning down towards that leg. If you don't reach your foot, this is where you could use your strap. So see, I can take my strap and make my arms longer over that thing. Tommy's got his foot. Look at you, Tommy. Mr. Flexibility right here, huh? Mr. Flexibility. He's like, don't let go. I'll never get it again, huh?
Couldn't do that a few months ago.
Uh-huh. All right, so if you have your strap, no need to be back here, right? Get your hands as close as you can. Use that leverage so that you're pulling over your knee. Good, Marco. Breathe here. Let that open through your right lower back and your hip. All right, let's use our core to help us unwind slowly. So lift back up intentionally. All right, remove the strap. This is just for fun. If you want to, we're gonna switch sides, but first, this is called Wild Thing. We're here. Put your right foot on the floor. All right, and it's a little bit out in front of me. Good. Put your right hand behind you. Good. And then you're going to press your hips up and reach back. My right knee is bent, left leg stayed straight. There you go. Wild Thing. That is actually what that's called. Lower down nice and slow. See if you didn't have that shoulder strength. Linda's like, what? Good job. All right, other side. Take your right leg out. Left foot is bent. Turn your body to your right. Use your strap if you'd like to and walk your hands. So Linda, you can walk your hands now down that strap a little bit more. So if you've got your strap here, now you can just kind of scoot your hands. There you go. As close as you can. And then I've got my foot hooked in that strap. Good. Close your eyes for a moment and just say thank you to your body. As imperfect as each of us has, things that we look at our bodies and we go, oh, I don't like that, and I wish I didn't have this, and my belly is this, and my hair is that, and be grateful for this body. It is uniquely you, and isn't that amazing? There is no one else in the whole planet that has the exact same body as you. Let your energy be to drive the left hip back as you lean towards your right leg. You're going to be nice and strong now. Come back up through here. All right, let's try Wild Thing on this side. Put your left foot on the floor. Your right leg stays straight, okay? So I saw some of you came up kind of like we do our flip dog. Think of this. Your right leg stays straight because it just kind of lifts through the thigh. Your left foot is what stays bent and pushes you up. Left hand goes behind you. Your right hand is going to help you lift, all right? So push through your left foot, lift your hips. See how my right leg stayed straight? Good. You guys are awesome. I'm going to take your pictures and submit them to Yoga Journal. Reach up through your hips. Good job. Come back all the way down. Graceful. Good job. Take the soles of your feet together. Lengthen through your spine here. Hug your elbows in as tight to your chest as you can, and then fold forward, letting your elbows and your drop down. They may not reach your shins, but let them energetically drop down toward your shins. So we're not out here, we're pulling in. Good, Linda. Close your eyes, go back to that life force breath. Listen for the sound of your exhale and your inhale. Good. Release your hands, come off your props, and so forth. Make your way to your mat. We're going to find ourselves in child's pose. But before we get there, let me just explain what we're doing. So we're just going to flow with our warrior poses, which is warrior 1 and warrior 2. All right. And we're going to just kind of go at a steady pace, and we're going to do that a few times with this intention that if you focus, then we'll be more likely to be successful because we'll be focused, right? We'll just be focused, and we'll find our groove, and we'll find what's clear on what we need to tweak because we'll be focused, and we'll do it enough times that we become familiar and aware, as opposed to just kind of doing it and then doing the next thing and then doing the next thing and not really being completely focused on any one thing, which sometimes is good. But today we're going to have this idea that there's a lot of things that we could do, but we're just going to do the same sequence in a way that allows us to focus. And I want you to make your own adjustments. So this is the chance where you start to apply some of the knowledge that you've been hearing, things like make sure your ankle is stacked right underneath your knee, right? And make sure that you are pulling your shoulders down away from your ears. Those are things that you know and you can integrate into your own alignment, whether I say them or not. And that's how we're focused. If we're going to sweep the floor, we're going to be happy and we're going to do a good job. And we're going to focus and do it really well and be happy when it's done. Child's pose. Toes to touch, forehead to the floor. Take a breath. Walk your fingers forward so your elbows lift. Inhale, and on your next exhale, transition to your downward facing dog. Your child's pose is your reset place. So if at any point you need to pull back, go back to the child's pose, and then you can meet us back on the path that we're on anytime. We're in our downward facing dog. Take a big breath in. Take a big breath out. Take your right foot to your right hand. Rise up and drop your back heel. Find yourself in your warrior 1. Find your warrior 1 and start to think about what your body is doing. Left hip pulls forward. Right knee is bent. Shoulders are down and strong. When you're ready, set your gaze. Take your arms up above your head. My back foot is on the floor, and that's really creating this big stretch through this twist on the left hip. If it's too much, shorten up your stance, but pull your belly button in and stand well. Ribs are stacked right over hips. Take a moment in your own quiet space here and see if you can check in with what's happening in your body. Good. On our next exhale, transition to warrior 2. turning your back foot to be parallel to the edge of the mat. Both hips now are facing the long edge of your mat, and you can drop into this lunge. Arms are out and level, and I'm not saggy through the elbows and the triceps, but extending and tight through those arms. Gaze over your middle finger. Without having to look down, feel your right knee pushing back towards the right edge of your mat, so towards the pinky toe. Squeeze your glutes, lift your ribs. Imagine that you are steady here and feel yourself be a little lighter with your breath. Let your body hold you up. Gently drop your left hand. Let your gaze follow your right hand up, reverse your warrior. Right hand up, left hand could be to your hip, to your thigh, or reaching down your knee. Keep your right knee bent. Hug your belly in, come back to your warrior two. Straighten your right leg, triangle pose. Drop your right hand to your knee. Take your left arm up to the sky. This is your starting point. And then you can start to slide a little deeper if that's there for you. This will not be the first time you're here. So let yourself just be focused on having your legs hold you up and your arms are open, wrist to wrist. Breathe here. Use this left oblique as you rise all the way back up, straight leg on the right. Turn both toes now so they're facing that long edge of the mat. Take a side facing forward fold, hands on your hips, fold forward, breathe out. Find an anchor with your hands. So they can be on your hips, they can be to a block on the floor, they could be to your ankles, big toes, or backs of your knees. With each movement, you are plucking off something that is a distraction so that you can focus. So this movement, something falls off of you that you don't need to attend to right now so you can focus. Hands on your hips. Inhale, use your exhale, rise back up. And now turn your left foot towards the other edge of your mat, pushing your right foot into that 45-degree angle. So now we're going to transition to the other edge of the mat in warrior one. So my left foot is now facing what would have been the back of the mat for me. Right foot at a 45, good. Left knee bent, pulling your right hip square. As you are ready, shoulders are down, collarbone wide, gaze is steady, arms are up, elbows are straight, belly pulling in, pushing weight into the arch of your back foot, the outer arch of your back foot. Those minor little adjustments help you to focus. So pulling your shoulders down and square. Breathe. Good. Inhale. Travel on your exhale to your warrior two. So that my back foot becomes parallel. Left toes are facing straight ahead. Drop into that front knee. Imagine that your front thigh is going to become parallel to the floor. Arms are steady, gaze is over the middle finger. This life force breath, it's not all up in your head, up in your chest. Steady. The pranayama comes in and out through your nose. Contract your abdominal muscles, squeeze your glutes, that's your stability. Now reverse your warrior. Take your right hand down as you sweep your left arm up. And maybe go further. Your right hand might just rest on your hip or your thigh, or might slide down this leg. Let your left hand reach. Keep the bend in your front knee. So I'm pushing weight into my front knee as I lean my body back towards the back foot. Good. Focus on your left oblique as you rise all the way back up to warrior two and straighten your front leg. Triangle pose. Drop your left hand to your inner thigh. As you lean down, your right arm goes up. You don't have to go far. Wrist to wrist, you're aligned. Both legs are straight. Drawing your right hip, right shoulder back. Maybe your gaze can come up towards your right hand. Breathe. Good. Use the right oblique. Rise all the way back up. Side facing forward fold. Turn the toes now so they're facing the long edge of the mat. Hands on your hips and fold. Nice flat back, nice straight legs. Use the block to bring the floor to you if you need to. If you make it to the floor, put your hands there. Good. Let your head hang. Some of you might reach for your ankles today. Good, Alana. Look at that progress, huh? Bend your elbows if you can, wherever you are. Think about the crown of your head really dropping towards the floor. Breathe in and breathe out. Put your hands on your hips, rise all the way back up. Turn now so you're facing the front edge of your mat again with your right foot and step to the top of your mat. Take a big breath in, reach up, exhale, reset, hands at heart center. Take a breath here. Even standing, awareness begins. So simple as standing up. We're pushing weight into all four corners of our feet, tucking our hips to be in line with our spine, straight right under your ribs. Shoulders are down, back of your neck is long, gaze is steady, face is peaceful, mind is clear. Inhale, reach all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Take a moment here in your forward fold. Maybe grabbing opposite elbow or anchoring your hands onto the backs of your legs and pulling forward. Inhale to your flat back. Make your way back to your high plank. Your modified plank is fine. We're only here for a couple breaths. Strong through the shoulders, belly tight. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Make your shoulders strong. Legs are engaged. Look forward. Step forward. If you need to drop your left knee to get there, that's fine. Warrior one, right foot forward. Left foot is back on the floor. Steady. As soon as you get here, go through the order. Find your physical pose. And then set your gaze. Perhaps now lift your arms, reaching through your fingertips, and breathe. This is your focus, right? The first time, your mind and your body are trying to assimilate. They're not quite in line. Now they're coming closer together, focused. Travel on your exhale at your own pace to warrior two. Right knee is bent. Shoulders are down. This part right under your arm is tight and engaged by reaching through your fingertips. Gaze over your middle fingernail. Breathe. You can be steady. You can be slow. You can be strong and focused. Reverse your warrior. Drop your hand to your back thigh. Reach your front hand up. Perhaps reaching further, reverse your warrior. Keep the bend in your front knee. Use your oblique and your exhale. Come back up. Warrior two. Straighten your front leg. Drop your right hand. Slide down as your left hand lifts. Triangle pose. This time, can you align your gaze up towards your lifted thumb? Breathe here. Strong in your body. Clear in your mind. Squeeze your glutes for stability and use this left oblique. Rise all the way back up. Turn your toes to the long edge of your mat. Side facing forward fold. Exhale, straight legs, fold forward. Find an anchor for your hands. Look at how you are making your own small choices, but not getting overwhelmed with having to go make huge choices. And that's the key to clarity. Make the small choices. Make the small choices add up to make the big choice clear. Hands to your hips, tight belly. Rise up with a flat back. Turn so you're turning to your warrior two now with your left foot forward facing the other direction. Drop into your front knee, square your shoulders and your hips best you can. Arms come up. Hear your breath. My mouth is closed, jaw is soft. That breath is constant and steady. Open your eyes, gaze is straight ahead. Use your next exhale as your transition. Open to warrior two. Breathe. Where is your gaze? Can it be right over the fingernail on your middle finger? Are your elbows as straight and lifted as they can be, keeping your arms like a T? Are you strong in your left leg with that thigh trying to be parallel to the floor, knee pushing back towards the pinky toe? Reverse your warrior, right hand down, left arm creeps up, dropping towards your straight back leg. Breathe. This is the moment when for some of us, you start going, oh, this is getting hard. I don't know, my legs are tired. Come back, focus. Focus on the tip of the fingers of your left hand. Use your left oblique, come back, warrior two. Straighten your front leg, triangle pose. Drop your left hand down, take your right arm up. You're between the two panes of glass. Stay with it.
Oh my God.
Take a child's pose if you need it. Belly tight. Bear weight through your heels. Rise back up. Turn your toes to the long edge of your mat. Take a big forward fold. Let your head hang. You've been here now 4 times. Are you learning from the experience of every time you're here, or are you just showing up and then getting distracted? Learn from this is the repeat time you've been in the side facing forward fold. So tune in, drop your head, anchor your hands, spread out your toes, put your awareness into your breath, breathe in, breathe out. Engage your belly, rise all the way back up. Toe heel your feet together. Take a step back to the top of your mat. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, close your sequence, bringing your hands together at heart center. Close your eyes, stand well. And I'll ask you again. Where does your focus need to be at this season in your life right now? That doesn't mean what's most pressing. It's just pick one big thing that you're going to get the most out of, that needs you the most right now, that you need the most right now. We'll focus there. Open your eyes. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, drop your left hand down the left side of your body. Lean towards the left, reaching with your right arm. Come back up to center and switch. Slide your right hand down the right side of your body. Reach with your left hand over towards the right. Would you like to stretch out your legs, friends?
Yes, please.
Let's get our strap and go down to the floor. Hallelujah. That, my friends, is when people say to you, oh, so you do yoga. That must be so easy. Right? It's so slow. It must be so easy and relaxing. You just stand there, right? Little do they know, huh? You know. All right, we're taking the strap on our right foot. Come on down to the mat. We'll stretch out our legs. Let's start with the bent right knee. You can put your left foot on the floor if that's more comfortable for you, or let your left leg just extend long. Bent right knee, kind of like a half happy baby, using the strap choked up pretty close to the foot if you can, so you can pull that knee like you were going to rest it on the floor by your right armpit. So pulling that knee down. If you want to use both hands on the strap for extra leverage, sure you can. But the key here is I've got a bent right knee and it's kind of externally out to the right. So think half happy baby, big stretch through this hamstring, back of the thigh on the right leg. Good. Extend your legs straight up towards the ceiling, center now, and gently lift your chest just a bit and gently pull your leg towards your nose, gently. This is your restorative part, so we're not going to be pushing, just be embracing. Be tender with your lower body here. Lower your chest. Take the strap in your left hand and guide your leg across towards the left hip. Keep your right shoulder on the floor. Oh, that feels so good. Taking your gaze to the right. My foot is dropping as much as I can over to the left while I still keep my right hand, right shoulder on the floor. Oh. Breathe in. Exhale out. Come back up to center. Switch hands. So now I have the strap in my right hand and I take it open and out to the right. Probably not all the way open, but open to the point where I can still hold on with that strap, and I've got my left hip and left shoulder staying on the ground. Breathe here. Come back up to center. Oh, unhook your strap. Hug your right knee in towards your chest. Give yourself a squeeze here. Close your eyes. Be in this space, the four corners of your mat. This is the place where you don't have to wear your brave face. You don't have to have your perfect face. You don't have to be the smartest. You don't have to be the strongest. You can be as messy as you like. Let go of your right leg and slowly slide your right leg out. Take a moment before you move your left leg up, just bringing awareness to how one side versus the other feels. You were very strong today. Gently draw your left foot towards you, and let's start with the squeeze on this side. Hugging your left thigh in towards your chest. Give yourself a big squeeze. If you forget to breathe, go back to that breath. Find your strap and hook your left foot. Once you have your left foot in the strap, bend your left knee and think about drawing your left knee, left thigh towards the outer edge of your left rib cage. So it's like a half happy baby here, letting the strap help you to anchor down. You can use just your left hand or both hands, really pulling your knee like your knee was going to come down to the floor and just be there in that space by your left armpit. Pull down. Breathe in, breathe out. Slowly straighten your left leg. Hold the strap in both hands. Left leg is going straight up towards the ceiling. If that's very intense, you may just want to stay here. If you feel like you have a little bit more space, then you can lift your shoulders and use that tension of the strap to gently pull your left thigh towards your nose. Your right leg can be long or it could be right on the floor, foot on the floor. Good. Breathe in and breathe out. Lower yourself to the floor. Good. And then start to drop right over here. Drop your left leg across your body over to the right. Really trying to keep your right shoulder anchored down to the floor. I have my right arm extended. Breathe here. Slowly change so you bring your left leg up. Switch hands so you have the strap now just in your left hand, and then open your left leg to the left. This time, keep your right shoulder anchored on the floor. Extend your right hand and let your head fall looking towards the right. So you are literally being stretched in opposite directions, yet you're fully aligned and centered and grounded. Come back up to center. Unhook your left foot. Take both knees into your chest. Give yourself a squeeze and maybe a little rock back and forth, side to side. Feeling the pressure go from one back side of your pelvis to the other. Let's take a moment and take our legs straight up. Straightening your legs towards the ceiling, point and flex your feet. You could support the backs of your knees here, but just importantly, getting your ankles higher than your heart. So just letting your feet be up. If you're able to, you might take your hands palms up out to the edges of your mat like a T. If that's too much on your legs, then you can keep your legs supported. Those strong legs hold you up. Give them a break here, let them drain. I caught myself even this morning. I had a million things on my mind, things I wanted to think about for yoga, things I wanted to think about for BSF, things I wanted to think about for Ava, things I had to do for my kids. I was unloading the dishwasher. I was trying to clean the floors. I was trying to make breakfast. I was starting to load a laundry. And I was like, everything was half open, half done. And like, I had a huge mess on my hands with none of it done. And so it just helped me to realize, okay, one thing at a time. Do it, focus, finish it. And be grateful and happy while you're focused and doing it rather than feeling tugged in other directions. Even the most mundane of tasks is an opportunity to focus, to be grateful, to do it well. Gently bring your legs and your feet back down to the floor. Slide your legs all the way out long. Take a big stretch. And then set yourself up or just soften everything. Close your eyes. Take your moment of rest. One of the Yoga Sutras talks about discipline. And I remember when I was in yoga teacher training and they were talking about that, my interpretation of discipline had been, like you're going to run a really long distance and you have to grit your teeth and just get through it. Or you're trying to like force something to get back into place. But the perspective on discipline, when we're being more gentle with our bodies and trying to be more aligned and enlightened, is that discipline means that you focus and you do it with lightness and gladness and gratitude, and that you have the discipline to do one thing at a time and to do it well to the very best that you can. You can start to wiggle your toes, circle your wrists, roll over to your side and just pause lying on your side for a moment. You had this time today, this time to align and to focus. And perhaps there's someone around you who doesn't have that time, or if they do, they don't realize that they need to take that time to align and to focus. And I invite you to be a shepherd to them, to help them to recognize their own light, to help them, perhaps through just your role modeling, to see how you can do one thing at a time gladly. Make your way up to a seat. Bring your hands together at Heart Center. Thank you for sharing your focus today with me and with each other. The light in me honors the light in each of you. Namaste.
Namaste.